One of my favorite desserts is creme brulee. A lot of times when you go to a fancy restaurant, you can find it on the menu. And when I think of creme brulee, I think of the movie My Best Friend's Wedding. If you remember the scene where they're like, no, you're Jell-O, you can never be creme brulee. But I've got to be creme brulee. No, you're Jell-O. This is one of my favorite movies, and it is why we have to make this dessert today, and we will make it in the Instant Pot because making creme brulee in the Instant Pot can't get any easier. So let's go spice things up. Okay, so the first ingredient we will want to use is 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. Now I want to take this whipping cream and put it in the microwave for about a minute, just to heat up a little. Alright, so now you want to get 6 eggs and you want to separate the yolk out of the egg. So I'm just going to crack it, and then I'm going to put it right into this egg separator. So this separates the yolk from the egg. You can kind of see, it's kind of weird. And then you just put the yolk right into the glass. And then the last one, number 6. And of course, if you don't have one of these separators, you can kind of just separate them in the shell. But if you get one of these, it's really simple. Just do that. And see? Get the egg. Put it in there. And now you have all this egg white so you can make a nice healthy omelet. Now you want to add 6 tablespoons of sugar. And this I already pre-measured, so make it easier. And a pinch of salt, which is about 1/8 teaspoon. And 1 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that's 1 teaspoon and 1/4. And now I'm gonna whisk all these ingredients together. I just put it in a measuring cup because in a minute we're gonna have to use it to pour it into the ramekins. All right, that's perfect. All right, so now I have some ramekins. These I just got at the thrift store for 50 cents. Can't go wrong with that. And you'll just wanna pour them in, not right to the top, just about right there, because you want room for the sugar on top later. All right, so now I just took some aluminum foil and I cut it into pieces, and you'll just want to take them and wrap your ramekin in the aluminum foil. Make sure it's nice and tight around the sides so that no water gets in. And you'll just want to do that with all of them. All right, that's the last one. So now I have my Instant Pot and I want to add 2 cups of water to the bottom of it. And now I'm just gonna add my red sling. If you have a trivet, that will work as well. And I'm just gonna take my creme brulee and just put them right on top of the sling. All right, I'm just gonna put the lid on. Turn the vent to ceiling. All right, so we are gonna turn on the manual button and we wanna cook it for 13 minutes. And then we are gonna let it naturally release for 15 minutes.
And after about 15-16 minutes, you can release the pressure, which there's not really any pressure in there. Take the lid off.
And I'm gonna take them out. It's easy to take them out with the sling. And just kind of set them aside for a little bit so I can handle them. All right, let's take a look. All right, so if you can see, they're a little jiggly. So we want to put them in the fridge for at least 4 hours. I usually just put them in overnight and then I will finish them up the next day. All right, so into the fridge they go for at least 4 hours. All right, guys, so they have been in the fridge overnight, and if you can see, they're not jiggly anymore. So they're the perfect consistency. So now we are ready to move on to the next step. All right, so now what we need to do is add our sugar on top. You can really use whatever kind of sugar you want. You can use raw sugar or regular sugar. I like this ultra fine baker's sugar. It just gives it a nice consistency, but you are welcome to use whatever kind of sugar you want. So I'm just gonna take about a teaspoon and just sprinkle it over the top. Just continue to add them on the top of each of these. Alright, this one's the last one. I'm just kind of bringing the sugar all around this. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, so now we are going to use this culinary tool, which is a torch. You use it in the kitchen. If you don't have one of these, it is fine. You can always melt the sugar down till it kind of is a golden brown color, and then just put it on top and then just kind of swirl it around. But I find it to not be as thin of a layer, and I like it thinner. If you want to purchase this torch, I will try to find it and link it below. So how you do this is you turn it to the on or the open, and then you just press this. So I am just going to kind of caramelize the sugar, move it around until it becomes a nice golden brown. All right, that's about the color and texture that I like. I will just go ahead and continue to do this to all of them. All right, just finishing up the last one. It is a nice golden amber color on top. All right, so now it becomes kind of a glass layer on top. You can kind of hear it. And then to touch them up, we usually just take some raspberries and put them on top. Usually we take fresh raspberries, but it's not the right season for it. These are actually raspberries from my garden, and then I just freeze them. And then so you usually take like really pretty little raspberries and just place them on top. These will kind of melt a little. And then maybe like a mint leaf. All right, and then I'll just show you real quick how you can just kind of break. See? And you see the custard. But anyways, then it is done and you are ready to eat.
Well, I hope you enjoyed making this decadent, fancy dessert with me. Thank you guys so much. Bye, and see you in the next video.